Not me getting ready to go out with some family friends and then end up here live making some content, talking about something that was just coming to my mind, and I thought it was very important for me to pass on this message. So I'm going to wait here for another moment and then I'll start. And of course, if there's any questions, please leave them down in the comments below. It always helps to keep the live going, and even when people watch it later on, it just makes it more useful and informative for them also. Hi Kenny, how are you? Hello. Okay, let me start. So what are we talking about today? First of all, I think I did drink enough water, because for me to start speaking, I have to have so much extra energy nowadays and lots of water. I think I have that part right. Okay, so hello. Today what we are talking about is what you should embody every single day should be what you want to be identified with. I'm very well, thank you so much. Hello Samra, how are you? So every single day when you wake up, you need to make this decision that today I am going to embody this kind of a woman, or this kind of a man, or this kind of a girl, lady, whatever you want to be identified with, okay? Do you want to be identified as like a very successful entrepreneur? Well, then that's a daily decision you have to make. So when you wake up, you make sure you embody that embodiment of that entrepreneur, let's say, that you want to be. So now you will be able to function exactly like that person would in order to succeed. Does that make sense? So if you want to be identified with, for example, I give you a very good example, by the way. So nowadays we live in this era where, we have lots of transgenders and stuff like that. Yes, this life will be saved. So we have transgenders transitioning from males to females, females to males, for example. Now, how are they able to do that? Because every single day they decide that, okay, you know what, I want to be identified with as a woman today. So now I'm going to dress up like a woman, I'm going to function like a woman, I'm going to talk like a woman, I'm going to sound like a woman, I'm going to do feminine things. They decide that they want to be identified with by being a woman, right? They decide that. It's like a daily decision, and it's very mental, by the way. You have to do this literally every single day if you're able to. Similarly, if you decide that, you know what, I want my identity to be like the top student at university, well, then you have to decide, and then you have to get into that embodiment and then embody being that very intelligent, super smart kid at university every single day, because only then you will be able to function like that smart kid at school that knows all the answers, that has their homework prepared, that is well read and keeps reading so that they know more and more, and then they can give good exams and stuff like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So having said that, I thought that was a very good example. So having said that, now make it easy for you. What do you want to be identified with? What do you want your identity to be like, if that makes sense? So let's say you want to, be a very elegant feminine lady. Well then, okay, embody that embodiment every single day, and then decide, okay, you know what? I want to be this, and that, and I'm going to be functioning like this, and that. And that's it, point blank, period. Like no left, right, center. This is it. That's my decision, and done. It's a very quick switch you have to do every single day, and it's very mental. And once you decide that, then it will be so easy for you to, have a productive day throughout the day where you function like that person. And by the way, if that makes it easy for you, what you can also do is, I don't really recommend copying other people, because that's not you being authentic. I understand when you look at other people for, let's say, inspiration, that's one thing, but literally copying other people's style, word, their day-to-day life, I think that's kind of not being authentic anymore. You want to be authentic? Well, then you have to decide every single day, okay, what do I want my identity to be? Do I want to grow more in my business, let's say? Do I want to be a better coach, let's say? Do I want to be a better teacher, let's say? Do I want to be a better wife, let's say? Do I want to be a better mom, let's say? Whatever the hell you decide, it's your decision, And then when you decide, it will be easier for you to function based off of that decision. Does that make sense? Is there any questions, by the way? Thank you. Thank you. It's a very relaxed outfit. It's like a silk cami top with a nice long skirt I have on, and I wanted to wear something very elegant and like blue today, but I wish I had a scarf which was more matching. I don't have a blue scarf, and it's a little chill in Dubai right now. Okay, so Summer is asking how to attract and keep very good friendships. Okay, I have done a very useful video recently on my YouTube. If you go to my YouTube, MeLadyEsha, my very last video was about sisterhood wound and friendships. Okay, so if you are someone who comes from a background where your own sisters maybe were not very kind or on your team, or maybe your mother was very emotionally unavailable, then you will always be in that place of having that female wound, let's say. You know, you will never be able to attract women that you can trust, that are in your team, that are sincere, that will ever guide you sincerely. No, you will only attract the evil ones, you know, because you carry that energy inside of you, right? So if you ladies want to attract really healthy friendships, then you have to work on your inside. You know, you have to heal your wounds. And you have to look deeper into yourself. Okay, where is this shit coming from? You know, was my mother not okay? Were my sisters not nice to me? Were my female cousins not good to me? Was my best friend at school not nice to me? Or was my female teacher not nice to me? And then when you have those answers, it becomes easy for you to identify, okay, you know what? I understand that person left such a negative impact on my expectation from other women. So let me just like remove that from my system. Then you have to do the healing part, you have to do the inner work, and then remove all those blockages, which again, for that, it's steps. You have to work on that. It's not something I can just tell you in one video just like that. It's a process. It's something that people, you know, teach you. It's something you'll have to probably go therapies for, or hire a coach and, you know, use their time to your advantage. It's something you have to work in your own spare time the way you want. If you don't work on that, of course, then you will keep on attracting what you are attracting right now, and that's your choice. If you decide you want to work on that and really improve that department, which I would love if you do that, you know, then you can easily go 10 steps further. Like within no time, you can literally just go from this Uber girl vibe around you and now having really, really good, healthy sisterhood kind of friendships around you, which right now may feel like, oh my God, sisterhood, does that even exist? It totally does. It totally does. For you, it does not, because you are not identifying as that person who deserves that kind of sisterhood level friendship, right? So you have to, what do you do every day? You decide, okay, my identity should be this, period, you know? And then you will see, once your identity starts to shift, you will see, oh, okay, better things are coming my way, more work is coming my way, or maybe good friendships are coming my way. In my business, maybe better clients are coming my way, better partners and dating probably coming your way. Does that make sense? And Piyush is saying every day is another chance to change your life. Always believe that today is better than yesterday and tomorrow will be much better than today. Oh my God, I love this message, and that message is so, so, so important, because I emphasize a lot on your personal decisions. Because, hello Aksi, how are you? You have to make decisions every single day, and decisions are very, very powerful. Like you can read on that. I think there's a lot of science behind that also, because once you make a decision, it's like, okay, the universe now knows, your surroundings know, now you are also vibrating on a different level, because now you identify with that decision that you just made. Like now there is no budging, no left, right, center. This is it. That's your identity, right? And then everything just falls into place that goes in the favor of that new identity. Does that make sense? So when you decide, okay, you know what? Today's amazing. Tomorrow's going to be even more amazing. And this is going to be the best day of my life. And I'm going to be so excited today. And it's going to be so much fun today. There's going to be excitement today. I'm going to be surprised today. Magic will be in my life today. Then that's exactly how it will be. Does that make sense? Somebody just bought a badge. Oh, that makes me so happy. Thank you, Neet. How are you? And thank you for watching. Let me read what Neet has to say. Oh, okay. There was no comment. When you see something beautiful in someone, tell them. It may take a second to say, but for them, for them, it may be a lifetime. Thank you. That's lovely messages. Life not about the people who trust your face. It's about the people who remain trust. Hello, Neet. How are you? And how's India for you? We have a fellow content creator here who makes amazing content. All right. So I emphasize a lot on your decision making, because decision making power, A, is very important. We all know the importance of that, right? But B, what's so magical about decisions is that when you decide, okay, today is going to be the best day of my life, something miraculous is going to happen, my energy will be like booming, I will be radiant, and I will attract exactly what I need to succeed and to progress from this point onwards, then that's exactly what will happen. Does that make sense? So you have to decide every single day. And I'm not just saying, I don't know, I hope that when I say this, you guys take that very seriously, but I would literally want you to start like right away, like as soon as you wake up in the morning tomorrow, first thing you should do is like, all right, well, Lady Esha told me to make a decision today. So, okay, what is my decision today? Well, A, I want more success in my business, let's say. B, I want to attract better friendships, let's say. Maybe I want a good partner now. I'm done with the toxic ones, whatever your decision may be. Maybe it's more money, maybe it's more abundance, maybe it's more luxury and comfort in your life, let's say. Maybe it's that new job that you want. You have to decide, this is what I want, this is it, nothing lower than that, point blank, period, let's go. And then you get up from the bed, and then you will see how your day literally turns around, and it will be so different than the previous ones you had. Does that make sense? Why? Because now you decided that you are available for something better to come your way. You are available for more abundance to come your way. You're available for only the good kind of people to enter your life so they can push you to go further. So once you decide your new identity, let's say, which has to be every single day, then things will fall into place, and you will only come across the things that will help you achieve that new identity even more. Like, be grounded in that even more. People will come that help you do that. Things will come that will help you do that. Does that make sense? So far, so good. Thanks for the shout out. How are you doing? I'm very well. Very well. I just do not like the fact that Dubai this time is a little cold, and I just don't like the cold. I have been seeing cold ever since I was a child. I was brought up in Europe and then based in the UK, and it's always been snow and rain and the clouds and the darkness, and I was very done with the darkness. And then at one point I decided, okay, you know what? Maybe I need a new identity too, so what I want to change is I don't want darkness around me anymore. I want the sunshine around me a lot more. I decided that, and then I made that happen. Does that make sense? So when I talk about make decision every single day about what you want to be identified with, I mean it, because it is very miraculous. It's not something you should take very lightly. It's not a joke. It's very important for you to be able to do that every single day, because when you make that shift, everything around you changes. Every single thing. Piyush, I'm really sorry. I do not really chat with people in the inbox, so there will be no point inboxing me unless it's an important question related to coaching or programs and stuff. Yes, Ikra, I will save this live. Is there any questions anybody has before I go? By the way, it's very funny that I got ready. I literally have my beautiful shoes. Let me show you my shoes. I matched my shoe with my top. Look at this. It's so pretty. But I didn't feel like going out. It's a little chilly. I just don't like it. I didn't feel like going out, and I've been delaying the program to go out. Delay. And then I'm sat here thinking, do you know what? I really want to talk. And probably after this live, I really feel called towards creating a program especially for women who are entrepreneurial but on a very medium level, and they want to go to the next level and earn 10 times more, or get 10 times more clients, better ones, and maybe get 10 times better ideas that really will help them succeed in their business and career and stuff like that. But at the same time, making sure that they stay in their divine feminine or the rich bitch energy. And by the way, when I say rich bitch energy, the whole idea about rich bitch energy was not just you being the divine feminine that attracts things easily. She's like a master manifester, let's say. It's not just that. It's not just about your exterior beauty, let's say. It's not just about manifesting sisterhood and friendships and like looking cute and pretty and this and that. But then what about the other things in life that are also very important? You know, what about your home? What about you being the nurturer as a female? You know, what about your motherly side? What about your wifey side? You know, what about you being the daughter side? What about that? What about you being somebody's partner? You know, or what about you being somebody's business partner, let's say? And what about you also earning your own coins at the same time? How about that? How about we do all of that, you know? And so the rich bitch energy actually embodies all of that. She's not just feminine. She's not just elegant. She's not just well put together and has her shit together, but she also is somebody who, you know, is a good balance between the masculine and the feminine. You know, she can, you know, wear that suit pant and go out and make her own coins, but at the same time she has dignity and respect. You know, at the same time she's very feminine and she can get everything by herself. She's the go-getter, but at the same time, you know, she can also get help from others also. She's, you know, she's more receiving and receptive. So if people are coming her way, she lets them help her if she wants to. She is soft enough and polite enough to be respectful to others who want to improve her life also, and also be taken by the one who provides for her and protects her, you know. So she is all of that, you know. So when I say rich bitch energy, I think a lot of people get that confused, which exactly why the ebook is so important. If you get the ebook on MeLadyEsha.com, which I have to do a few tweaks to that, but anyway, that is so important, because once you start reading that, you understand, okay, so she's not just the feminine, pretty looking woman. It's not just about the superficiality. No, it's very deeper than that. You know, it's like the whole mindset. It's the emotional well-being. It's very spiritual also. It's also a lot about the money. Yes, it's, of course it is. I mean, hello, you cannot be a top-notch quality woman if you do not have your money right. And I understand that, you know, we all go through stages where your money cannot always be right. I mean, you have to start somewhere, you know, but the question is, are you ready to start? Because only when you decide you will start, only then you can improve that aspect of your life also, because otherwise you can't. You know, otherwise you can do makeup all day long you want, you know, maybe make stories all day on Instagram or whatever the hell you want to do, but does that really transform your life, bring good change in your life? No, it doesn't. Does that make sense? Any questions? No questions at all? Okay, somebody just said having coffee with your friends sometimes is all the therapy you need. Okay, that's a very, very big misconception that people have. And I see that a lot in the brown community. I think I never heard like a white person, probably even a black person, ever sit down and say, girl, all you need to do is wash the dishes and your depression will be cured. Or sit down with your friends, just go out for coffee and you'll have all the therapy that you need. No, that's not how it is. That's a big misconception. And now the reason is, and this is very important to know, the friends that you have around you are really not life teachers, and they're really not coaches. They're not healers. They don't have that kind of knowledge, wisdom, and education. They probably have a different career altogether, and that's fine. They can't help you. They can't help you heal or get out of your depression. But what they can is listen to you, which sometimes that's important, yes. They can sometimes maybe give you good advice. Some of them, not all of them, okay? So they can kind of give you that ground to walk on when you need to, and when you think you don't have a ground under your feet, you know, so you need their support, you need their backing. Okay, for that, it's great. But that's called friendship. That's called sisterhood. That's called brotherhood. That's not called a teacher. That's not called a therapist. That's not your doctor. That's not your coach. That's not your mentor. That's not going to transform your life. That's not going to change your life, you know. Many a times what happens, I mean, come on, you all do that. So let's say when you have a breakup, let's say, or when you have like a really, really bad day at work where your boss just fired you, tell me, how can your friends really heal that turbulence you're going through? They can't. They can sit there, listen to you, talk to you, maybe crack a few jokes so you feel better again. But did that really heal you now? Did that help you get over the breakup? No. In fact, sometimes it keeps you stuck there exactly where you are, because you keep repeating the same chat, tomorrow you guys meet again with your friends and it's like, that idiot did this and my boss did this or my ex did this and blah, blah, blah. You stay in that cycle. You keep talking about it every day. Every day you see your friend's face, and then everything comes back like a movie, and then you start talking about the same things again and again and again. It's not helping you change or go to the next level and transform yourself. What it does, it keeps you in that cycle. Like, it's a circle, and you don't get out of that. In order to get out of that, you have to take a whole different route, Okay, I think there is no more questions. So the summary of today's live would be, by the way, after this live, I'm creating this one course. Oh my God, I completely forgot. Okay, so I was talking about this. I got ready to go out, and then I'm like, no, I want to talk about something. And I super feel super called towards this one thing. And you know what that is? I really want to create a digital course, which there is like 2 in line waiting to be launched. But there's this one more that I really have to do it this year, and I have to do it first before anything else. And there are several reasons for that. And this one is all about helping you to, go 10 times up the stairs. No matter where you are, at what stage you are in your life at the moment, if you want a better business. And by the way, this is a lot to do with money. And I have to talk about this, okay? And so what that is... Okay, I don't want to say too much. I'm thinking, what can I say for now? Now, here's the thing. Many of you people are very stuck with where you are. You think that maybe spending on a certain things, oh, it's not worth it. Oh my God, this, like, how you justify that? You start talking bad about that item. Let's say, it could be anything. If this perfume, let's say, and I'm like, oh shit, I really can't afford it. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to talk shit about the product and then justify why I didn't buy it. And that's a whole mindset that a lot of people, oh my God, it's like, I feel like at this point, 90% of people need to work on this mindset. There's a reason there's only top 10% people. There's a reason there's only 1% of people. Why? Because everybody else has a completely different flippant mindset. It's like, I'm not going to buy this product. I don't think it's worth it. A lot of ladies sometimes sit online and they can't identify with being a big spender, and that's okay. Not everybody has to. Not everybody's a consumer. I personally, I'm not a big consumer myself. Because I work as a coach and stuff, so I get a lot of students literally gifting me a lot of things. Like, if you open my wardrobe, like, probably more than half of the clothes are gifts. You know that. So I'm not personally a very big consumer. I only buy if I really like something, I feel called towards it. It's like an intuitive thing with me. But am I ever sitting down and like saying, well, that thing seems a little bit expensive. Like, should I really invest in that? I'm not sure. Do you know what? I'm actually going to talk shit about that product, let's say. And that's the wrong kind of mindset, which I guess 90% of people have who are not in the top 10%. That's the mindset that they have. It's like, this is shit. This is so useless. This is not practical. I'm never going to waste my money. You don't have that money. That's why. You don't have to talk bad about the product itself. It's not for you at this point, probably. It's for somebody else who is all about it, who can easily get that. So leave it to those people. Until then, you work on your mindset. And obviously, there's no shame in that. Like, everybody has to work on these things, right? But the number one step that you can take right now is look at how you justify not purchasing too many things or not investing in yourself. When you say, I don't think I should, I know that, let's say, this new set of teeth will make me look great. But you know what? It's so useless. What's the point? Thank God I have healthy teeth. It's all good. No problem. I don't have to do that. I don't have to whiten them. I don't have to straighten them. It's all good. I have them, so I'm going to be thankful that I have them. Does that make sense? So you try to justify a lot of things like that, don't you? So try to self-reflect a little and look at what are the things that you don't like spending on, and how do you justify them? How do you justify that? You know, and then look at those justifications. It will tell you a lot about your mindset, you know, like what are you doing to yourself? You know, like I had somebody the other day literally messaging, I would never spend money on like a pair of Louboutin shoes, you know. Well, I never replied to that message anyway, because it's a waste of energy, to be honest, because it's not my student. So, you know, but if it was my student saying that, it's like, excuse me, what did you just say? And I really mean that, you know. I don't care how it sounds to you right now, because obviously not everybody is ready to learn that, so that's fine. But if one of my students would say that, I'll be like, all right, okay, you know what, let's work on that. I'm not saying you have to go and buy the pair of shoes right now. No. Even I don't have 100 pairs. I mean, probably 50, yeah, but not 100. Does that make sense? But whatever product it may be, if they're saying this is something, I think it's such a waste. Like, look at people doing, like, what a waste. If they are talking bad about it because they're trying to justify why they wouldn't spend on that, that justification is not needed. That's not needed. If you don't want it, you don't want it. That's it. That's a decision. But it should not be a justification. You know, it should be a decision, not a justification explaining why you didn't get it. So I would literally sit them down and talk to them. Okay, why do you think that way? We have to work on this, because what you just said, it's not just about the shoes, because then this mentality applies in all other aspects of your life as well. You know, then you would say the same about people, about work opportunities, about the jobs that you could get but you didn't because you were stupid, and then now you're here sitting justifying, oh, you know what, it wasn't good for me anyway, blah blah blah. We all know that it was the best job, it was the job of your dreams, but you messed it up, and now you're trying to just justify that, basically. Does that make sense? So this mindset will always keep you there where you are and not let you grow and not let you go 10 steps further, you know, and that's a problem. And so that is why I wanted to create this course, which I don't know what I'm going to call this, but it is a lot about, like, it's a whole like mentality shifting or switching your identity. Well, I don't know how I'm going to name it, but I have so much to say about that, and I have so much training to give on that. And I always find myself talking about these kinds of things and helping my clients with the money part anyway. Even when we're not signing up for money coaching, I still end up doing that. And I had to get a lot of that personally myself as well in the past, you know. But anyway, that's a long story. I will obviously talk all about that in the course and explain my own personal experiences as well and stuff. And from who I learned and what I learned, and, you know, all the people that came one by one to teach me this. And, oh, okay, now I'm ready for the next step. Now somebody comes and teaches me this. And I will be sharing obviously all of that in that course. But it will really help you guys to go 10 steps up with your money part. And like, why not? Because you all need that, right? Recently, well, my very senior mentor, who was very, very close to me, was a father figure, an uncle, a family friend, and just like so super important, and someone I was in touch with every single day. And that's such a blessing, because you know what? You can't be in touch with your teachers every single day. Not even at school. Does that make sense? You can't even be in touch personally with like your mentors that you hire every single day. It doesn't happen, because they have other things to do. They have other students to look out for as well and stuff. But like, when you have a mentor and you are their favorite and they're ready to like teach you all about the world, what an honor and what a blessing that is. And then when you lose that, it's like, shit, it just feels like you've lost the whole world. Does that make sense? And I've had that kind of loss recently, where I was literally grieving for more than a month about. I still am. I mean, I still think about it every day. I still cry about it every single day. I'm thinking about him every single minute of the day, literally. But anyway, it's now gone. And I don't know what I was about to say. I was going to say something, but well, yeah. There were so many teachings there that helped me literally transform in so many ways that I never thought that I needed to, or that I could only probably just dream about. Does that make sense? I really don't know what I was actually going to say with my mentor. I was getting somewhere with that, but I got distracted because, you know, it's still very painful for me. So I do get distracted when I talk about him. But anyway, I think I just forgot what I was saying. The person who tries to keep everyone happy and always cries for everyone is always the most lonely person. Yeah, and do I want any of you guys to be lonely like that? Well, hell no. Well, do you decide to be lonely like that? Well, then that's your decision, you know. I can only help you change those decisions. Rest of the work is always something you have to do by yourself, you know. Yes, you missed it. Don't worry, I'll save the live. You can always watch it later. That's not a problem. How to take the first step in business? Just decide that you want to take the step. Decision, 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 a daily decision. Every single day is a new decision. You make that decision. So your decision-making power, that's all that matters, especially in the beginning, honestly. Be quick to cut your losses. That's also a decision. You know, deciding to continuing with the losses, that's a decision. Or deciding to move away from something, that's a decision. Deciding to stick with it because you know you're going to make it work, and that's a very big decision. It's just about decisions. And I talk a lot about decisions. Glowing Sparkle, that's such a lovely name. Thank you very much. That's very sweet. Hi, Fozia. So I just came back to Dubai like not a week ago. Wow, it's almost, no, not 2 weeks. On New Year's Eve, probably like a day before New Year's Eve. I was in London for the whole month. This makes a lot of sense. There is no questions. I just feel like I have so much energy today that I can go on and talk more and more, but there is no questions today. You know, there's no questions today. Somebody's saying missing your Facebook lives on relationships. I think whatever like things I had to say out loud, like randomly, you know, on my like personal Facebook group and stuff, I've already said that. Now it's obviously on people who have their particular situations that want to come to me like for help, let's say, because, you know, like general information is already out there. There's enough on my Facebook group, like I think hundreds of hours of content is already there. There's like hundreds of hours of content also about the same topic on my YouTube channel, probably also a little bit on Instagram live. No, mainly on Facebook group and on my YouTube. So whatever had to be said, generally it's all out there. Now it's on you to like take bits and learn from that. Or if you have, of course, specific situations that you need help with, then honestly, you just need to sign up for the coaching program or whatever. Or there's also an option that you can just like make a call. It's like a 45-minute call, which right now is priced like super, super low, like very, very low. You can check it out on my website, MeLadyEsha.com. So you can book a direct call with me, and I'll be speaking to you directly for 45 minutes, listening to your exact situation and problem or whatever you have going on right now. And it will be like a good session of self-reflection of what decisions you should be making now, and like where you need to make the right changes and what you should actually be focusing on rather what you're focusing at right now. You know, because many times I get these calls and it's like, okay, this isn't going on. And I'm like, okay, so the underlying problem is basically something you're not even focused at. You're focused at like this whole picture of this. No. What's the basis of the whole problem? We have to focus on that, you know? So you should be thinking about this thing. And then that person goes, oh my God, you're so right. I didn't even think about it that way. Do you know? So in that call, you might get some aha moments that will help you change the whole trajectory of your life. If it's something very important going on, I highly suggest those because they can be very like, it's a little dose of transformation take it like a gift from me to you, you know. It's priced so low right now. And you know, once I'm done with the digital course, that price will go up because I cannot take that many people and give them my time and like have it priced so low because it's not worth my time, you know. Well, how do you deal with Mama's Boy and Uber Women with... No, I have done enough like live sessions on that. There's enough basic information. You can always go back to like, you know, my... because I've noticed there's certain people who always ask the same question on every single like story and live. And it's like, I've already done so many lives on that subject. You should always go back and maybe watch them again. You will always find an answer, you know. So So I kind of appreciate when there's like new questions which we haven't covered or we haven't talked about yet. Yes, Zora, I will save this live. But I don't think there's any like questions now, is it? Okay, so the day I have lots of energy and I can speak about a lot of things like non-stop without having anybody question me, that's the day when I get lots of questions coming in. And today when it's like, okay, I want this to be interactive, I want someone to ask me like new questions where we can like talk about something new, then there is no questions. Okay, I guess so. Then I shall now probably leave. I will save this live to my IGTV, so you can always come back and watch it if you want to, especially if you have missed the beginning part of this, because today we talked about, you know, you should make decisions every single day that would, you know, change your identity a little bit. You have to always switch your identity, especially if you think your life is very stale right now and it's stalling and it's like not moving. There's no movement, no up and down, no left, right, center, and it's just like a straight line. If that's how your life feels right now, then you have to do, you know, you switch things up a little bit. You have to make new decisions that would, you know, totally put you in a whole new identity, basically. So every single day you have to make that decision and decide what do you want to be identified with. Oh, we have a question. Hello, Dua Naveed. How are you? What's your opinion on marriage? After 29, people say that you won't find a good proposal because of it. Oh, I have so much to say about that. Now, this is very, very interesting because I think whether it's like, again, I can only talk about personal experience and what I've also observed quite a lot. Listen, with time, if you are not working on yourself and growing and learning and being the rich bitch energy, basically, you will not have good options anymore. Then this is very true for you that, oh my God, once you're crossing the age of 25, there's nothing left for you anymore. That's how you grew up with. That's the concept you were born with. That's the concept all around you. That's the concept you will die with. Does that make sense? If you embody the rich bitch energy, for example, we already know she ages backwards anyway. Like that's okay. One thing, when you want to see who's the rich bitch energy around you in like your social circle and stuff, you have to see how the lady is aging. If she looks younger, well, let's say somebody is nearer to 30 now and they look younger than ever they were in their early 20s, even me personally, then you know they're doing something. Does that make sense? They're doing something which not everybody knows, which not everybody does. Does that make sense? And that is usually the rich bitch energy because they know this kind of information. Sometimes they're born with that and sometimes they just learn that and cultivate that, and they're always working and learning and they're always working on themselves and they always have certain rituals. They will always be aging backwards. Does that make sense? They will always look better with time, be better with time. They will have a better social standing with time. They'll have better options with time. They will have better set of friends around them with time. They will have better circumstances around them with time. It just goes up and up and better and better from there. Does that make sense? Because they decide that it will be this way for them. Rest of the people who have not decided that and they haven't embodied that rich bitch energy yet, they will stay where they are because they have been fed this kind of information from the society and they keep believing that, and good for them. That is how their life will be, you know, because that's what they believe. So if you are a very average Uber girl, well then yeah, this applies exactly on you. Does that make sense? Like whoever you are, you know, whoever could be many watching this later maybe as well. If this is what you believe because it was taught to you, it was told to you, you were shamed for that, blah, 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 then that's exactly how your life will be. Now it's on you. What do you decide to do? Do you decide right now to switch it up, change it for you? Or are you going to stay there where you are with that belief? Because then you're never going to grow. It's never going to get better for you. You know, so with time, and this goes for every single female and male, with time, you should only get better options. With time, you should only go up and better and better. With time, you should only look better. Does that make sense? Work on the vibrancy, work on, you have no idea. Sometimes you will see, you can also call them late bloomers, let's say. Sometimes ladies are like in their early 20s, this, that, and they never look nice, or they were just like very average looking people that everybody would be easily ignoring them, right? And then you look at them, okay, after like 25, 26, 27, it's like, girl, they're bloom, like, it's like a flower just bloomed out of nowhere. Whoa, where did she come from? You know? Oh, but now what is she going to believe? Oh, oops. Yeah, even though I'm a late bloomer, but oops, I've already crossed the age of 25, 26. Oh my God, there's no life for me anymore. What a wrong concept. No, that's not how she lives. She'll be like, now I'm living, honey. Bring it on. You know, like, now everything will come my way. Because now I have woken up. No, not woken up. I just bloomed now, let's say. You know what I'm saying? And oftentimes that's not before 25. Sometimes it happens a little late for a lot of people, and that's okay. Vishwachandra always makes you look young and beautiful with a wonderful mindset. She will always remain looking youthful. And now, by the way, when I say looking younger, I honestly don't mean that everybody should now start wearing like, you know, hot pink colors and this. No. What I mean to say is she will always have a youthful aura, you know. So even if a lady, let's say she's in her 40s, 50s, whatever. Oh, by the way, I met this wonderful rich bitch energy. It was on a Christmas ball. You guys remember my stories? I posted them as well. Do you remember? When I also met Farrell. She was so cute though. So I made a new friend. Her name is Kim. Ladies, when I tell you, as soon as I saw her, we clicked like this, you know? And I think she's coming in Dubai like in like 2 months or something. I don't know. But anyway, I see the lady and she's talking to everyone. She is so bubbly. She is so vibrant. She's amazing, right? And, you know, we speak and laugh and talk and we had a good time. And we ended up even being on the same table for dinner as well. Like our names were put right next to each other, which was such a coincidence. Like it was just meant to be. She's very sweet. I almost felt like this soul sister kind of a connection, right? Anyway, after some time she tells me that she is 50 plus. And I'm like, no, there's no way you're what? No, that's not even possible. I have never seen a woman this good looking at 50. Are you flippant kidding me? I literally thought she's just like 32, 30, maybe even below that. Honestly, it didn't even occur to me that she would be anything above 33. Hell no. No. Like she could pass on easy for being a 26, 27. And she was, I think, 53, y'all. And I'm like, oh my, I'm still speechless when I think about it, right? Active lifestyle, looks fantastic. She works in the finance, good with money, smart as hell, well educated, you know, comes from a good family, has a good social circle, vibrant, very youthful. Now, what makes her look what makes her young? Tell me. Do you know what that is? It's the essence, it's the aura, it's the personality, it's the vibrancy. The rich bitch energy has one thing down, and that's the vibrancy. So no matter what age, she will always be vibrant. Like she will be 40, sitting at home, having like a boring day, let's say. You look at her, she's still vibrant. You know, she's not like worn down and like those old vibes. Some of the ladies, even in their early 20s, already start getting the old vibes, you know, and I'm not talking about like dark circles. No, I'm not talking about your physical nothing. I'm just talking about your vibe right now. You know, some of you all start adopting this very old soul vibe very early on in life. Some of them even have it at teenage, you know, always like grumpy and sad and old-ish, you know. And then some ladies have it together even in 40s, 50s, 60s. They're still so vibrant. They have this childlike aura, very open to receive, and that also, they're also normally the ladies that are very clean at heart. And I tell you something which is very important, by the way. You can work on your physicality and femininity all you want. The rich witch energy has one thing which, you know, is fantastic, which is because she's so open and ready to receive, whether it's information, help, support, goodness, abundance, so open and ready to receive that her heart chakra normally is very clean of any BS. And when she has a clean heart, which is just like focusing on her own growth, doing the best for herself, but also wants the best for everybody else. So like others don't bother her. Does that make sense? So she doesn't ever have to play the evil auntie ever. She's not bothered with that. You can call her selfish, but she's very much focused on personal growth, where it's like other people just don't even matter. Whatever. I'm happy for you, whatever. Doesn't affect me personally though. So normal people would look at it and be like, what a selfish brat, stuck up, right? Or snobbish. What a snob. How arrogant. But for her, it works in her favor because that openness is exactly what keeps her heart very clean. Do you know what I'm saying? And it also makes her good at just minding her own business. That's exactly why she keeps growing. Because if you're somebody who doesn't mind their own business, very nosy about other people, what are they doing? Let me check this out, blah, blah, blah. Well, then how clean can you be at heart when you have so much to play around with? Can you then be the rich bitch energy? No, because it's an Uber girl trait. That doesn't open up your aura. It doesn't let you open up your energy. It doesn't let you be vibrant. And then so it closes up your heart, And when you have that closed heartedness, you're not very bubbly. You're not very youthful anymore. You're not very vibrant anymore. And in relationships, you suck. Because then you're boring. Okay, rich bitch energy is very playful. Very, very, very playful. With her partner, well, she knows how to have the best time of her life. She's not sitting there, I have to be elegant. I know a few people like that where it's like, I had to stop meeting them because, they were working so much on their level up journey. Which that's great. But anyway, it was like all about, I have to sit like this and I have to eat like this and I have to talk like this and I have to, it was just so much of that pretense, let's say, like trying to do too much and like bless them. Of course, okay, fine. They're learning. I understand that they're learning, but they try to embody the physical part so much that they forget that, girl, you're allowed to have a personality. You're allowed to be a little lousy if that's what you are, a little clumsy if that's what you are, a little funny if that's what you are, a little talkative if that's what you are, a little bubbly if that's what you are, a little funny if that's what you are. You're allowed to be yourself. Does that make sense? You don't have to always like, it's all about looking perfect and sitting perfect and oh my God, never swear. Excuse me? What? I remember when in the beginning I used to do a lot of live sessions. Well, that time I had a very, I was not rough, but yes, I would talk very openly and my messages can come across very aggressive sometimes because of course I'm teaching. When you're teaching, you're a little bit in like your masculine. You're not very elegant when you're teaching. I understand that. It is what it is. So, sometimes I would try to pass on a message that was important message and I would swear sometimes because it's such an important message. I need you to understand this. Like, do you fucking get it? I would say that. And then a lot of women were like, oh my God, how can you teach about class and elegance when you're swearing? The part you don't understand is who said that you can never, ever, even by mistake, swear? Who the hell told you that? Who told you that feminine means never, ever utter a bad word? Oh, oopsie, that's fake. Stop it. Any comment? Dua Naveed, all the best to you. I hope it all works out for you. Okay, so I hope this live was helpful. Now I have to go brush my hair, drink some water, and I have to make the program and the training for, entering, let's say, the top 10% of women, or let's say going 10 steps ahead in life. I don't know how I'm going to label that, but it's going to be like a very, very transformative program. I'm going to try and price that very normal, because recently I've done Q&As on my stories, and a lot of people were like, your sessions are expensive. And you need to understand, by the way, when I'm selling coaching sessions, you're not talking to any of like a team member. Okay, it's not like a recorded thing that you're gonna get to watch and everybody can watch it 100 times over, no problem. I'm sitting here having coffee. No, when you're booking with me, it's one-on-one. I'm giving you my time. Do you know people charge thousands for an hour? So get it together. But anyhow, if that is not what you think you're not worthy of learning that kind of stuff, and that's okay. You don't have to. It's generally for people who are ready to go to the next level, and many of these people are normally entrepreneurial people. They know they have to learn online in order to grow online. So they will spend easily like this, no problem at all, So again, if you're not able to, you're not ready, that's totally okay. There's no shame in that. But anyhow, certain programs are still there where it's very, very like price effective. Let's say the 45-minute call is super cheap, and it's like, why have I cheaped my service like this? What am I saying? Why have I priced my service like this cheap? Sometimes I'm thinking it's like, I'm way more worth than this for my time, because it's me one-on-one. It's not I'm letting you talk to one of my team members. I know a lot of people have that kind of business model where, they have a whole team and stuff, and that's the ones you talk to. If you want to talk to the main one, you have to pay hundreds and thousands of pounds. And well, that's great too. You will always learn from that. That's great too. I'm not saying that's useless. No, that works. But anyhow, with me, it's like, for now, you have a chance to do it one-on-one. So of course, I charge how much my time is worth. In fact, sometimes I charge way less. But it's just for now. After this program is out, the prices will go up for my like one-on-one 45 minutes call. I may even like stop doing that anyway and just do coaching sessions, not calls anymore. But if you want the calls for now, you can take advantage. And this course that I'm making right now to like enter into the 10% era of the women, which are very rare, but they are there, then for that, I will try to price that normal, where the coaches can also sign up in that. The 10% women can sign up in that, the entrepreneurial one, let's say, the ones who have online businesses and want to grow 10 times more. But also the normal people who haven't even started the business yet, they can also sign up with that, So I'm going to try and budget it in like that kind of way. It's not going to be cheap. Again, none of my services will ever be cheap, because it's only for people who are ready to learn. We do not work with Uber girls as much, unless they're really open to learn, Everyone who comes in the Uber girl category normally is just like blocked, because their mind is so closed. You cannot teach them at all. You cannot possibly teach them. And they always bring this negative energy where it's like they don't want to progress and they don't let others progress either. Does that make sense? There's a comment. Let me check that and then I shall leave. Annie Bunny. Okay. We have to talk about this. Somebody just said mostly people in Pakistan are not that much rich. Who told you that? Do you know, most of my clients, I would say 70% of my clients are from Pakistan, living amazingly, and I'm so happy for all of them. And they are living in beautiful homes. They have children. They probably have an online business, or sometimes they don't. They have a provider husband who takes care of them. They have it all. They live great. They want to learn more. They spend like this. What are you talking about? So do you know where I'm going with this? I'm not saying this out of arrogance. What I'm saying is that it's your mindset. Your mindset has been, this mediocre concept has been put in your brain ever since you were a child, by the society, by parents, by people around you. You're still functioning based off of that. And you will always stay there if you don't change that. There is more than enough rich people in Pakistan. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Again, yes, we all have seen poor people. We do charity, this, all of that, okay. But most of the people that I've ever met in life, any Pakistani, I've never met somebody who was less than a certain caliber. Never. Probably once, but no. So what are you talking about? Oh, it's your mindset. I get it. And that is why you will only meet people who are not that rich, just like you said. I know there's tons of abundance in Pakistan, so I will always get to see the good side of Pakistan when I go. I have tons and tons of cousins, sometimes like, Pakistan is so bad, oh my god, we don't have petrol, diesel nahi hai yahan pe, ye nahi hai, gas hi nahi hai, ye nahi hai, yaar bijli nahi hai, paise kahan se laye, ye kare, wo kare, like all those complaints, And I'm like, wow, it's so strange. We come from the same families, and yet it's like one cousin has a whole different mindset, and the other one is like, it's all good, man, forget it, whatever, just work, you'll be fine. And I'm here sitting like, wow, you see everybody sometimes from the same family, same genes, same DNA, same country, same place, such different mindsets. Sometimes even under one roof, sometimes under the same roof, yet crazy different mindsets. Why? Because you got stuck what was taught to you in the beginning from a very mediocre person, whoever it was, whether it was your parents, your teacher, anyone, whoever the hell it was, putting that fear in your mind. You got stuck there. Meanwhile, other people grew up, they saw more, they had more exposure, and they were like, a lot more than what we were taught actually exists out here. There's a whole new world out here. Oh shit. What were we thinking? What were they thinking when they taught us that? What bullshit? Does that make sense? So, girl, open up your mind. I honestly don't want to block you, because many a times I see comments from your profile which is like, can't help you. Can't help you. Anyway. Hajja, such a lovely name. How's Dubai? You look beautiful, your session is very helpful, and you talk about things related to today. Thank you, Hajra, that's so sweet, and everything is great. I think health-wise or like mentally, I've never been in a better place than ever before. Lots of personal changes. Again, I don't talk much about personal stuff unless it's personal with students, or even in my program, I'll be talking a lot about that, especially in this new finance course that I'm making. A lot about money, a lot of my personal journey, personal mistakes, and how I took 10 steps ahead and 5 steps ahead, and okay, now do this, now, all those things. I'll be talking a lot about personal stuff like that, and yeah, long story. Anyhow. And that will include all of this journey about like Dubai and stuff as well. I will include all that details in there as well. But thank you guys for watching. I think that was a very long session without any Q&A. Well, we still had some nice questions. Thank you for that, but I shall see you in my next one. And I can't wait for you ladies to sign up. By the way, if you go to MeLadyEsha.com, you can always sign up to my email list. If you ever intend to using any of like the services and products, only then the emails will be useful. So you can always do that. Hajat, my mother and sister are sending their salams too as they are watching you. And oh, that is so sweet. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this live was very helpful. And I shall see you in my next one. And until then, go watch my YouTube videos. I made a video about sisterhood and friendships. It's on my YouTube channel, Lady Esha. And sign up to the email list as soon as this course is out, which will take you from this amount of money to this amount of money in your business, in your personal life. Then this course is going to be so useful for you. So sign up to the email list. Just go to MeLadyEsha.com, give your email address, and you'll be signed up, and you'll receive an email as soon as this course is out. And now I need to go and work on this course because there's so much information coming to me right now, which I need to like put it in there, okay? And it's something very important. All right, take care. I'll save this live now, and